Tesla is getting closer to achieving full self-driving and the Robotaxi dream, which is arguably the only thing that can justify its premium valuation. So I'm going to share with you the progress Tesla made in its latest quarter in achieving this AI future. So let's jump right into it.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so Tesla's saying that they believe a scalable and profitable autonomy business can be realized through a vision-only architecture with end-to-end neural networks trained on billions of miles of real-world data. So a lot to digest there. Let me break it down a little bit. The first part, a vision-only architecture. Now, Tesla's been criticized notably because it only has cameras on its vehicles. It doesn't have LiDAR, which many expect is required to achieve full self-driving. Tesla saying we don't need LiDAR. We can achieve full self-driving with vision-only architecture. So that's the first part of that statement. And then trained on billions of miles of real-world data. Tesla demonstrating significant growth in miles driven. You could see here on the chart, full self-driving version 12 miles in the red and full self-driving miles growing exponentially over the years. And in the latest quarter, in fact, in the latest few weeks, Tesla lowered the price of its full self-driving feature to $8,000 and lowered the monthly payment by half to $100 monthly. While it is still expensive, it will indeed generate a little bit more sales versus the previously more expensive price, and then that will entail even more miles driven with FSD, which will then accelerate the data collected and accelerate its path towards achieving Robotaxi. They go on to say, to further improve our end-to-end training capability, we will continue to increase our core AI infrastructure capacity in the coming months. And that's code for we are going to spend hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to increase this capability to go towards this future. So it's an expensive gambit if it works. We're not sure yet if it's going to work or not. It's heading towards that place with uncertainty whether or not it will achieve that target. And then once it achieves that target, will it get approval from regulators? Will it be allowed to operate on the roads? A lot of uncertainty there. Tesla taking a big risk. This is making the company even more risky than it already is by focusing more on the Robotaxi, by focusing more on something that is yet unproven, and taking steps away from its proven sales of electric vehicles where it is arguably the best in class. Nobody has been able to, or very few arguably have been able to produce electric vehicles in a manner Tesla has to generate the types of margins that Tesla's been able to generate. Definitely no companies in the US. There are some in China that are reaching competitive, arguably, I would say, competitive closeness with Tesla. But in the US, there are none that are arguably as competitive as Tesla in the EVs. So interesting to note here. And, it wasn't surprising that Tesla is focusing more on AI. Now that sales of electric vehicles are in trouble, it's declining. Tesla can no longer sell that story to investors and convince them that EVs are the future. We're going to sell 10 or 20 million units every year, and it's going to be EVs everywhere, and it's going to be self-charging revenue and this and that, right? So going away from that because that story is no longer viable, shifting to the AI story because what's the most popular investing trend in 2024? It's artificial intelligence. It was the most popular in 2023 as well. So this is an excellent way for Tesla to boost its valuation. The stock price is already up 13% as of this recording in the after hours following this earnings release, where it notably discusses AI, but also, to be fair, it also discussed launching several new lower priced models. That's also helping its valuation as well. Tesla saying that we are currently working on ride-hailing functionality that will be available in the future. And they plan to seamlessly layer ride-hailing into the Tesla app. Now, given Tesla's ambitious forecasts, and they're, how do I word this, less than they're not fearful, they're not shy to give you a forecast, to give you an ambitious forecast and completely miss that forecast. So they're not shy to say things like, next year we'll have full self-driving robo-taxis on the road. They've said that before. So given the lack of a timeline here, that was interesting to me because they haven't been shy about that in the past, to just flat out say, next year we're going to have it, or in 2 years we're going to have it, in 3 years we're going to have it. So that was interesting, saying some point in the future. So to me, that means at least 3 years away, because if it was anything closer, we would have seen a target date. We would have seen a, timeline of, let's say, Q4 2026 or Q4 2027, if it was anything near that range. It looks to be several years into the future at the very least. So investors, be prepared for that patient waiting while Tesla invests hundreds of millions and billions of dollars into this future. They are getting closer. However, it's uncertain when this will happen. Now, we will get more information likely on August 8th, and we'll get more information out of Tesla's conference call, where analysts on Wall Street will definitely ask Tesla about full self-driving and robotaxi as well. And to end its shareholder letter, Tesla says that they will build a purpose-built robotaxi product that will continue to pursue a revolutionary unboxed manufacturing strategy. So it seems like they're not going to turn Model 3 and Model Y into a robotaxi. They're going to build something specifically to make it a robotaxi. That's going to be interesting, and maybe, even though they're talking about that cameras alone are going to be enough to turn and achieve robotaxi, maybe they're quietly also working on implementing LiDAR technology into that. Maybe, I say, because that's speculation on my part. Certainly, if I was Tesla, I would be looking at both avenues and determining what technology is available in both areas, and determining where would be the most efficient path to take. But for now, this is the path Tesla is saying they're taking. They don't have to continue on that path. If better technology comes out, they can switch and go with that technology, given that they haven't yet built this robo-taxi. They haven't built out that infrastructure, that manufacturing capacity. So Tesla indeed getting closer to robo-taxi, not there yet, and it seems several years into the future, but they're making progress. Investors, be aware, it's going to be expensive, costing the company billions of dollars, and it's uncertain when or if it comes out, how much revenue it's going to generate, how much profit it's going to generate. Is it going to be the only one? It's arguably behind in this endeavor. There's other car companies that are ahead in terms of developing the level of autonomous driving, and there's already cars that are driving driverless on the roads today around the world. So they're behind in this, but they feel that they're going to be the one to build it out on broad scale, be the most successful in this area. Did you know that over 90% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed? It'll really help support my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And oh, by the way, one of the benefits of being subscribed is that I take requests from subscribers more often than I do from non-subscribers. So if you prefer that benefit, please subscribe to the channel.